Hey guys, it's Skulker3 and welcome to part 1 of a new co-op LP. That's right, this is a co-op LP between me, the Toon Kirby, Animal Lab Mob, and the Ganon159. This part is just going to be me, but I'll explain how it's going to be a co-op LP as we go along today. This is a pretty old game, as you might be able to tell from the really old text. This I think it was made in like 1986 or something. But it's like a text-based life simulator called AlterEgo, as you can probably tell from the video title. I got the idea to make a co-op LP of this based on SillyGoosesInc, who did kind of 2 LPs of this game recently. He only finished it I think a week ago, if that. Although it depends on when I upload this, of course. And yeah, basically he did one for a guy and one for a girl, and just saw how they're different and stuff. And I just thought, hey, why don't we do that kind of thing? Only we're doing it that as we go along, each of us will take a different stage of the person's development. There's I think there's 7 stages of this life. There's infancy, childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, adulthood, middle adulthood, and old age. And we've split that up, as you will see. And I've just taken infancy on my own, just because it's more simple. And as we go along, when we get to the other people's sections, I'll be reading out the questions to them. Well, you'll see how the game works, but yeah. So we already decided the stuff off screen. We're doing a female character, and her name is after a lot of silliness with name suggestions. We finally got to Claire. Now, at the start of AlterEgo, use the arrow keys to move the pointer next to a response, press space to select that response. We're just going to do random stats, because I can't really be bothered. If you choose to input your own stats, it asks you like sort of an aptitude test thing. And then based on that, it gives you your statistics, but I just thought, meh, let's go for random. And we're going to go with birth and infancy. Welcome to Birth and Infancy. I must be the author of my own salvation. Laurie H. Huster. No idea who he is. Okay, from Invictus, whatever that is. Hey, it's a baby. You are in a warm, dark, comfortable place. This has been your place since you became aware that you are alive. It's almost time to enter a different world now. Our baby's aware that they're alive. I don't think they're really aware of anything at all. Let's stay in a little longer. Like getting out of bed. Okay, you certainly can't be blamed for wanting to stay someplace safe and warm. Besides, you are learning early the social merits of being fashionably late. Let's come out peacefully. What a nice baby. Are you sure you're ready for this? You can get pretty hectic out there. I'll give you one more chance to try to stay a while longer. Would you like to? Nah, let's just get this show on the road. That's the spirit. You're an easy delivery. Your mom and dad take special classes to help you. Or they took special classes to help you even. Or maybe they still do. Maybe they're having a lesson right now and you're just being born in the middle of it. Go out there and give them heck. You're still too young to swear. You're still too young to do anything. You've only just been born, for God's sake. Happy birthday and welcome to the world. From now on, life will begin to change rapidly. You'll have to learn to accept responsibility, build up your resources, and manage yourself physically and emotionally. The events that transpire over the course of the next few days include your rich Aunt Martha places a $500 bond in trust for you. You are the most beautiful baby in the maternity ward and everyone takes your picture. Your grandmother buys you ballet slippers and a violin for you to use in a year or so when you get older. Ballet at 1? Really? That seems a bit early, but whatever. So here we have our interface. You can choose, basically, each of these icons represents sort of an event. So let's look at this one, for example. A woman walks into a room holding a blanket and a bottle with warm white liquid. I don't know, I think we'll be happy about this. And let's cry, because that works. How could these 2 choices possibly go together? I'll let you go back and try a more sensible set of responses for now, but let me warn you. Choosing responses without thinking about them first might be interpreted as a sign of poor judgment. People who have poor judgment usually wind up having very difficult lives. Please try again. So yes, if you choose things that can't logically go together, the game will stop you from doing it. So that's cool. Nothing like a nice warm bottle and a quick hug from Mom to get a kid ready to face the world. As she walks towards you with the bottle, she sees you smiling and interprets this as a sign that you want to play with her. She picks you up and holds you for 10 minutes, and this presents you with quite a dilemma. Let's cry, because apparently it's a dilemma. Mom can see that you have had enough for now. She feeds you your bottle and walks away. Hooray! Fun times! So yes, each of those has a, each picture represents like an event. I think this is social, I have no idea. Intellectual development. Education? Possibly? I don't know. And health. Health ones you can die on! Not all the time, I don't think, but pretty often. If you look over here, you can see your age. We are 3 months old. And the fun thing is that the higher up you go, then the older you're meant to be. So I can be 3 months right now and do a task that I'm not meant to do until I'm like 4. So it can lead to really weird situations where, like, you've only just been born, and already you're getting beaten up by, like, 5-year-olds. Which is a pretty violent life, really. Over here, you can see your stats, your name, your age, your occupation. Ah, we're unattached still? Really? We've only just been born, we don't have a boyfriend yet. There you can see your statistics. I'm not very smart so far from the looks of it. I think we're going to try and fix that. Because, yeah, basically the reason we're doing this as a co-op is that no one else is going to see what anyone else has put for their lifestyle, basically. So, for example, I can try to work on, say, making Claire very intellectual at this stage of her life, despite the fact that, you know, she's going to be drooling everywhere. Whereas Jill might say, you know what, I think I'm going to make her a violent bugger. So, you know, she's not going to know what I put. I'm going to know what she's put because I'm reading it out, but I'm not going to have any say in her decisions or whatever. So yeah, you can see all your stats. We're not very gentle or thoughtful at the moment, but we're very, very expressive. I think that means we're just very loud. Lying on your stomach in the crib, you notice an interesting object an arm's distance away. There's a round shape at the top and a ring on the bottom. I was going to pay more attention to the stats so I could know what was going on. Let's be determined and grasp for the object. You are the fighting spirit of your Aunt Martha. You sneak and crawl on your belly like a kitten trying to catch an unsuspecting mouse. You reach your destination, grasp the rattle confidently, and drool out on it in victory. Intellectual sphere shows a marked increase. Yeah, I thought that would be it. Emit a pleasurable yell. I think we're going to have to do this one. This stimulates vocal cords and language centers in your brain. Good language skills are essential to development. Intellectual sphere increases. If no one is looking, give a little yell for yourself for choosing this option. Go on. Did you do it? Well, I think some people are watching. But hey, why not? That's our yell. Yes, I did. Good. I just gave you some extra social points for being a good sport. This game has some good dialogue in it. So yeah, we are considerably smarter now. If you look at that, we were like 45 earlier, and now we're 72. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at this. We don't have very many skills yet. As a matter of fact, life is pretty boring. Let's be restless and look around. Feel like you're going stir crazy? I can just imagine. The room is filled with bright colors, but you have trouble focusing on any of them. Calm yourself down. A remarkable baby. Keeping calm can be very difficult, but if you start practicing this early, you will surely avoid ulcers later on. Let's remain awake. You really should try to get some rest. Infants need a lot of sleep. Care to take a nap? Hell yeah! Naps are great. Good idea. Infants do need their sleep. As a matter of fact, most newborns spend a very small amount of their time awake, only about 6 or 7 minutes of wakefulness per hour, for the first 6 or 8 weeks of life. What's even more interesting is the fact that out of all this time, more than 50% of it is spent in sleep that follows the same pattern as adult dream sleep. What could you be dreaming about? I think we're just going to be dreaming about random shapes, because we don't really know what anything is yet. We're still only 5 months old. You are lying on a soft furry blanket on the floor of a big room. You are on your back, staring at shadows that sometimes creep across the ceiling. Every so often, Mom or Dad passes by and makes a funny face. Your hands grope in all directions, and your feet pat the floor gently, almost out of your control. Let's be happy and cry. No, remember, it's not going to let you do that. Let's make an O shape. You pucker your cheeks in and out and take short, quick breaths. The skin on your face feels alternately tight and loose. A person walks by and twirls their fingers at you. Move your face back and forth. Your first smile! An important event. Your parents stand over you, mesmerized as you practice your new skill. Hooray, we can smile now! That might be a bit useful in later life, I suppose. You're lying down in your crib and are greeted by a nosy neighbor who has a child just your age. The neighbor says, "My, look at that funny little nose." She turns to your mother and adds, "Don't worry, dear, I hear that nose is the last thing to look truly human." She picks you up. I don't like that. I'm gonna be Sorry. I'm gonna be angry. And, oh, this is gonna be sweet. A nice puddle of saliva is formed on the inside of your mouth. Yeah, let's go for it. Splash! A gooey stream showers your neighbor's face and hands, but you give her a glassy-eyed smile. She places you back in the crib and excuses herself. Take that! Insult my nose, will you? You are lying down in the crib while your mom and dad are speaking in the other room. You hear their voices deep and muffled from the other door. Why aren't they paying attention to you? Let's get their attention, damn it. You begin to cry. This alarms your parents as a negative way of attracting attention. Daddy comes in holding a bottle of warm milk which satisfies you temporarily. Oh well, we have ruined everything. Let's look at this. You have just awakened from a nice long nap. Your mom comes in the room and wants to hold you. Yeah, that's nice and happy, because we got enough sleep, I think. This is a great way to make a new mom feel good. Consideration earns you points in many spheres. You'll find that as life progresses, pleasing mother becomes harder and harder. In a few years, it'll take doing chores and going to the store. Before you know it, she'll want you to become a doctor or a doyer. Or possibly the other way around, doctor or lawyer. Enjoy your infancy while you can. Your mum picks you up so that your face touches her face. Move your mouth. You just gave your first kiss! Aww! This may not seem like a very big deal to you, but it is very important to your mother. The bad part is that now you'll have to repeat this act until your entire family becomes aware of your new talent. You can avoid kissing overly affectionate relatives by dribbling on them at just the right moment. Yeah, I think babies are pretty good at dribbling, if nothing else. And, seriously, nothing else. Let's see how we're doing now. I think we've risen a bit. We're still not doing well vocationally. I wonder why that is. How are we not doing well in our job? Has our gentleness gone down? I thought it was like 30 or something, wasn't it? Oh well. We're evidently not going to be a very gentle baby. It's time to go to Aunt Lucy's house. It's chilly outside and you need to be dressed in a coverall type suit. I don't want to go in that. Let's resist. You react against being squeezed into this uncomfortable suit by crying and sending out long sirens of protest. Your grandmother graciously offers to help. Let's cooperate for Grandma, because she may not have many years left. Grandma is calm, unlike your mother, who's currently at her wit's end. You are learning early in life that no one can supply the endless amount of goodies that Grandma can. Your arms and legs pop out of the suit like the first flowers of spring, which secretly annoys your mom, who feels incompetent. That probably wasn't too good an idea, but you know what? Meh. We're a baby, we don't understand shit. You're exploring the playpen and feeling very lively. Like a ballerina, you grab hold of the playpen bars and lift your legs up to the railing. Let's be determined and take some steps. You are showing signs of early confidence, mixed with just the right amount of risk-taking. Success comes easily and naturally as you take a leisurely but wobbly stroll to the other side of the crib. Which way to the Joffrey? What's a Joffrey? I have absolutely no idea. You're quietly playing with your mother's pocketbook. She's not around. Look, it opens up so easily. Let's be inquisitive and look, touch, and empty. You pluck out some of the more interesting looking items, tasting one or two as you go along. They're definitely not for eating. You know Mom will be pleased with how nice you will look after you put some of her lipstick on. I'm sure she will, or she might explode. You're sitting in your high chair and eating your lunch, which consists of crackers, strained peas, and a mug of milk. You're just learning how to eat with utensils. Sorry, it's just I get the feeling we must have missed something. Because we're starting to pick up, utensils, or maybe I've accidentally skipped past that a bit, because I haven't followed the lines exactly. We'll see in a second. Let's be curious and try to use the spoon. First you put the back end of the spoon in your mouth, you then lift the cup with both hands and try blowing through the spoon as if it were a straw. Nothing happens. Keep playing with the spoon and cup. Curiosity and persistence are early signs of an inventive personality. One day during late childhood, you may find yourself attempting to rewire the electric hairdryer and have a shocking experience. For now, you... let's stir the milk rapidly with the spoon. It makes bubbles! Hooray, bubbles! It bounces out of the cup and hits you in the face. It causes the cup to fly off the tray and spill all over the floor. This is great! Your mother fails to understand the true significance of your discoveries, but acts surprisingly tolerant. That is surprising. Mom and Dad are entertaining some friends while you are minding your own business, sitting quietly in a corner of the room. Suddenly, a man with a big nose and a shiny head puts his face right up to yours and says something in a loud voice. Let's be terrified and scream. Wah! Your eyes bulge and your heart beats fast. You are startled. This is your first encounter with a person who is less than delicate in the social sense. Your dad comforts you and Mum leads the man back to bother the adults. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we missed something because we were using like a spoon in the one just before the last one. But there is one where you only just discover that you have a hand. So I don't know where that one is, but how can we start using utensils before we realize we have hands? While being taken to the park, your dad meets an old college buddy who is wheeling around a baby about your age. As the two dads talk, you casually begin to eye the baby in the other carriage. Let's be curious and put our finger near the other baby's face. A baby! You wonder if it has all the same parts as you. Ugh. Let's touch the baby's arm. There he touches you back. You're exploring the environment and learning about one another. This causes your intellectual and social spheres to increase. You seem to like one another. You've made your first friend. Oh, that's adorable. How old are we now? We're now 1 year old. That's pretty cool, and we're pretty smart overall. We're still really ungentle, though. I want to try and get that raised up a bit. We're still very expressive, so that's good. Not incredibly trustworthy, but whatever. Up until this point in life, Weasley Rabbit, your stuffed toy, has been one of your best friends. You take him everywhere with you, but he is beginning to get on in years. One of his ears is torn off, and a recent eye injury has made his face look a little lopsided. Your mother suggests that Weasley should be retired. You wake up one day to discover Weasley has been moved from the place where you last spotted him. Suspicious and seek information, despite the fact that we're, 1. You confront Mum with the fact that Weasley was not in the spot where he was last deposited. She claims not to have seen him either. You are not satisfied with this answer. Wisely, you persist. This time she tells you that Weasley left because he wanted to be with friends who were more like him. She tells you that next week you will have a new visitor, a brand new friend who will be just as nice as Weasley. You are not satisfied. That's not Weasley. Bravo, don't fall for that line of bull. Parents are great at fabricating stories like this when they make mistakes. You'll not get your Weasley Wabbit back, but your intelligence and perseverance in this situation make it harder for your parents to tell you made-up stories to cover their mistakes. Hooray! Oh, a health one! Let's see if we can die. You're alone in the kitchen and begin exploring the closets and refrigerator. Yes, I think you can die in this one. You can certainly be very, very badly damaged. We're not going to do that, but let's be curious but cautious and look at the refrigerator. You have a grand time examining and smelling many of the items in the kitchen. You are young, but have obviously learned that many things can hurt you if you put them in your mouth. You should know that some of the other choices could have led to your early death from accidental poisoning. That's what happens if you go to the pantry, I believe it was. Your judgment is superb and will help you in later life. Hooray! We're not gonna die of drinking things we don't know what they are. You are touching something smooth and shiny. You pat it with your hand a few times. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that one where you discovered that your hand exists. Unless we actually went past it and I genuinely wasn't paying attention. But I'm pretty certain we haven't. Let's be confused and touch the smooth... no, keep touching this smooth shiny thing. It is flat and a little cool. Wait a minute, there's a baby in there. Who is that baby? It's you! That's right, you're looking at yourself in a mirror. Isn't that a beautiful baby? Yes? I don't know. You really are quite stunning. You are developing a positive self-image. Oh, that's good. So, apparently, not only are we able to tell that that's us in the mirror, we're self-aware, but we also know that we're beautiful, apparently. Your mum announces to you during a heart-to-heart talk that it is time for you to give up the bottle and drink from a glass like a big girl. Let's be disappointed but willing to try. We can do this, guys! We can do it. Mum understands how difficult it is to let go of an old friend and appreciates your effort. She has a box for you. Let's open it. Oh boy! A plastic Susie Fantastic drinking cup with bendable straw! Oh man, that's awesome! Possibly. Look at this. It even has your name on it. Mum tells you Susie wrote it there herself. Mum is laying it on a bit thick at this moment. Indeed she is, but we appreciate the sentiment even though we don't know what the words appreciate, sentiment, or the mean. You are a guest at your friend Missy's house. Her mom gives you both a box of crayons and 2 pieces of paper. Let's be artistic and just draw in general. You draw large circles and swirls with black crayon on the paper. Oops, you drew on the expensive tablecloth. Let's tell Missy about the spot. Missy is a gracious hostess. She excuses you, then adds a stroke or two to your design, on the tablecloth, that is. Hooray! We're developing our friendship by drawing all over stuff. You're sitting in a large place and a furry man walks up to you. He's walking around you in circles. Let's be curious and point at him. Hey, that man just licked your finger. His head is big and furry and his tongue is sticking out of his mouth. He makes a sound that goes like very fast. He comes over and sits on your leg. Let's grab him by the head. You grab his head between your 2 hands. Hey, that man is licking you all over the face. Mommy says he's kissing you. Let's push him off at this point. That's a bit gross. This man is heavy. He looks back at you while you're pushing him off and blows his nose right in your face. If anyone was wondering, that wasn't just some weird Sasquatch. That was actually a dog. You're in a large department store waiting in line, and there is an extremely well-endowed woman standing in front of you. She smiles. Looks like she may be an interesting person to talk to. Let's ask her some questions. Which question would you like to ask her? Do you have a doggy? She tells you, no doggy, only a cat. You inform her that Daddy said that that's what they cook in the restaurant on the corner. Perhaps you're interested in asking something else. Which question would you like to ask her? Let's try. Mommy said that Daddy has a thick skull. Do you? Lady giggles and Mom puts her hand over your mouth and says, shh! Whack! Perhaps you're interested in... Did she just hit me? Anyways, perhaps you're interested in asking something else. Which question would you like to ask her? I tried very hard to pinch a penny like Aunt Edna, but couldn't. Can you? You don't get past the word aunt before you were scooped up by your mother and dragged to a new line. Oh, I wanted to know. You're alone in your parents' bedroom. There is a shiny silver quarter on the table. Well, we don't really know what money is for, I think, at this point in our lives, so let's just leave it. This might have been a tough decision for you. At your age and even sometimes into adulthood, honesty is often less than clear-cut. Maybe you imagined that you had nothing to gain by stealing the quarter. You're right about that. Instead, you've gained in the trustworthiness category. Or trustworthiness. We are 2 years old. Yeah, I don't think we really... I don't know how much children know about money when they're 2, but... I shouldn't imagine it's much. It's Saturday morning and Mom asks you to help with some chores. At 2? The Susie Fantastic cartoon hour has just begun. Let's be... passive and say you want to watch cartoons. You're already under the trance of the TV set. Mom tries to encourage you away from the TV. Does it work? Nah. Of course it doesn't. You are becoming a TV addict at a very young age. Before you know it, you'll be staying up late watching Old Odd Couple reruns. Indeed we will. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. That's an entirely different thing. What the hell am I on about? Sorry, that's the honeymooners. Why did... I'm sorry, I'm not functioning too well this morning. I slept late and woke up fairly early. Daddy says it's time to go to bed. Yeah, we're probably tired. Because bed is nice. It's not especially nice going to bed, but, you know. We're tired, but let's ask to stay up a little while longer. That explains how tired you are and what a busy day it will be tomorrow. The same old line. He offers to carry you. When you get to the bedroom, you can ask him to tell you a story. Yay, story time! You're so tired that the murmur of words puts you right to sleep. You don't even remember what the story was about. You know, I'm gonna pretend it was about a frog named Jeffrey. Best stories ever. You're in a sandbox playing with your favorite toy. An older girl pulls it away from you and screams, "Mine!" Let's be anxious and get an adult. You begin to get up and run for an adult, but the girl grabs you and pulls you down. Oh shit. Kick her! You knock the wind out of her and run away. Your mother gets your toy back for you. Yeah! Screw you, angry child. You can really get beaten up by that girl. It's quite terrifying. Time to feed the fish. You pinch a small amount of fish food between your fingers and tap on the glass. There is no sign of Gabriella. Let's be confused and look for Gabriella. You put your hand in the fishbowl and look for Gabriella. She is stuck under a rock. She is stiff and her eyes are puffed out. You think that she might be sick. Call for Mom. Gabby floats up to the surface from under a big grey rock. Her eyes seem very puffy and her body is stiff. You are relieved to see she hasn't jumped out of the bowl. Ask Mom about Gabby. Mom stutters through the answers to your questions. She is uncomfortable and sad. Mom explains that Gabby can't swim anymore. Mom says she's dead, that she's gone away. How can that be? She's right there! What is dead, you wonder? You are confused. Mom says that Gabby has to be taken out of the bowl. Let's flush her down the toilet, because I don't think we really want a rotting fish corpse in our drawer. Even though Mom has on a sad face, you giggle at the thought of Gabby swimming in the bowl. You wonder if she'll tickle you the next time you go to the bathroom. That's a little bit disturbing. It isn't a real laugh, but you don't know what else to do. I'm always just scrolling up because I like having a full screen. You're in the back seat of the car during a very long ride. Let's be active and play some games. Your mom has taken along some picture books and coloring books for you to play with. What would you like to do? Let's play games with Mom. You watch the cars pass you on the road. She uses the cars to try to teach you some of the colors. Let's see if you learnt any. There's a car that is covered with snow. What color is the car? Oh, it depends if someone's bled on it or not, but I'm gonna say white, just on the off chance. No, the snow is white. The car is red. Don't worry, things will be much easier to learn when you get a little older. Ah, see? not so easy now, is it? You're eating at the house of one of your parents' friends. You were told by your mother to be on your best behavior. Something that you ate has disagreed with you, and now you feel very sick. Okay, we can't be anything other than queasy, but I guess if you choose review, yeah, if you choose review, you can see the question again. Let's call Mom. She'll know what to do. Mom walks over to you and asks what is wrong. She brings you into the bathroom and takes your temperature. You don't have a fever. She gives you a glass of warm milk. You feel a little better, but it wasn't the milk that did it. It was Mom. Aww, ain't that cute? You're still not completely familiar with using the toilet. It's still quite fascinating to you. You have just finished and have cleaned yourself like a big girl. Let's be curious. Ooh, I'm not sure. I think just watch that one. Whoosh! You watch a long ribbon of paper spin and disappear into the bowl. Let's do something else. You can do one of the following. Let's leave. Your resistance is a strong temptation. You deserve a cookie. There is some on the table over there. Would you like to take one? Yes! You didn't ask permission first. You get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. It's hard for a child your age to be perfect. Don't sweat it. Well, I don't care. We still got the cookie. How old are we? We're now just under 3 years old. Let's see how our stats are doing. We are really very smart, but we're not that good with our family, it seems. How? Seriously, why are we so violent? Oh well. Not too bad overall, I'd say. But let's continue on. Phone rings while Daddy is ironing a shirt. He must leave you alone in the room with the iron. Oh dear. Let's be cautious and play quietly. Dad realizes that you are alone with the hot iron and calls you into him. You run into the room and trip over the iron cord. The iron falls on the floor and burns a hole in the carpet. It's not your fault. If you're very unlucky, the iron can fall on you even though you chose to play quietly. I think that happened to Phoenix Tsukino, i.e. the female version of SillyGoosesInc. AlterEgo Let's Play. Today is Dad's birthday and you would like to make him breakfast. Let's be practical and ask Mom for help. She'll know what to do, because otherwise we will just destroy everything. Mom won't let you do exactly what you want, but helps you make Dad a nice breakfast. This makes him feel terrific. Hooray! Terrific! Everyone loves that. Mom must get her teeth fixed, and you must go with her to the dentist. You sit in the waiting room for a very, very long time. Mom must run out and put money in the parking meter. Mom sits you on the floor, gives you a magazine to leaf through, and tells you to behave. Let's be mischievous and remove our shoes. Now you're feeling a bit more comfortable. The nosy lady spies you from the corner of her eye. What's she looking at? Your sock is crooked. Let's remove the sock. Funny thing about socks, the way they stretch all the way out before you snap off your feet. Before they snap off your feet, even. You decide to take both of them off. The lady looks at you again. Where's Mom? Let's climb up on the chair and look out the window. Mom is on her way back in. She sees you with no socks and shoes on and feels embarrassed. The nosy lady gives her a full report. Let's ignore her. Screw you! Who needs socks today? I didn't get time to read that. Good choice. Nothing can get on a grown-up person's nerves like a bratty kid who won't be controlled by scowls and ugly faces. Now what do you want to do? Let's visit the nurse. The nurse sees you and gives you a big kiss. She puts you a big box full of toys and asks you to go pick one out for yourself. Let's just take one. That was very polite of you, considering she really wasn't looking and you could have stuffed another one in your pocket. You are becoming a very trustworthy little girl. You've just passed through infancy! A brief look at your life up to this time shows the following. Your family life has been positive and nurturing, and as a result, you've begun to form the critical bonds that are important during this phase of life. Physically, you have been a healthy baby. Hooray! Socially, during this phase in life, nothing much is really expected of you. After all, you're still much too young to throw a successful cocktail party, and frankly, anyone who still dribbles on herself probably would make the ideal dinner guest. Sorry, my nose is being blocked up here. However, by now there are some things you should have mastered. Your progress in this area shows. You've been the type of child who charms the lollipops off people. You've been the type of child who's huggable and gets her cheeks pinched by old ladies with bright red lipstick. And regarding your emotional and personality development, what a trustworthy little lady you are turning out to be. On the one hand, your trustworthiness is a desired trait. On the other, I am curious about why you don't explore your environment a bit more and get into things a bit. For instance, haven't you ever wondered what the zipper on the side of your mother's pillow is for? Well, then unzip it! Your thoughtfulness characteristic really doesn't count for much in this phase of life. Most children often find themselves at the mercy of their whims and impulses. You're allowed to be cranky now. People will tolerate it much better than when you were a teenager. Then your whining and carrying on will seem more objectionable. One thing about your character that has a tendency to put people off is your aggressiveness. Yep, you're the type of baby who likes to pull on loose pieces of clothing, hair, and any bulbous fleshy object that comes within your reach. you're going to have to learn the meaning of make nice. That wraps up your status for the very first years of your life. I hope you like yourself. If not, you can always try to improve in the years to come. There's plenty of time. Welcome to childhood! Come, let's to bed, says Sleepyhead. Tarry a while, says Slow. Put on the pot, says Greedy Gut. We'll sup before we go. Nursery rhyme by Anonymous. Anonymous has written a lot. So yes, we are now 4 years old. Let's take a quick look at our stats. This cuz. Yep, we're very smart, very social from the looks of it, despite the fact that we've met like 3 people. Wow, we're even less gentle than before. That's pretty cool. I'm always focusing on the gentleness, I know, but that's just because it's really, really low. Anyways, I am now done with my section, or my solo section at least. Join me next time when we will be going into childhood with one of our mystery guests. It's Jill. Yeah, I might as well tell you that now. I will see you guys then. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you didn't, then I wouldn't really recommend watching the others, because it's pretty much going to be the same thing. Well, probably a bit more interesting, but you know. I'm a bit annoyed that we missed out quite a few events from the looks of it, but that's going to happen, I suppose. But yes, let's just go and get on with the next bit of the game. I will see you then, guys. Goodbye.